Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, you guys.
All right, so we're down here by the hole, and today's video, we have an expert here that's going to be giving us a nice consultation on what we're going to be doing for the next steps of laying this block.
Yep.
So we're going to chat with him, get a really good game plan going so we can order all the materials. This week's going to be super crazy, very intense. All right, guys, well, this is our local expert. His name is Nick. Why don't you shout out your company?
Mud Man Masonry.
There you go, Mud Man Masonry.
Yeah.
Everybody that is in this area has suggested him to us that he is like the best out here in this area. He's gonna eyeball this and kind of tell us, what do you think? Do you think we can handle this? How big of a job is this?
It's gonna be a big job.
Oh man.
It's not gonna be an easy job.
So guys, we're not gonna be all on our own, but for the majority of it, we will be on our own. But I'm happy that we have you to kind of look over some things. So I guess looking at it, first off, the biggest suggestion that you told us was to use the 12 inches instead of the 8 inches along the back walls, these three, and then we can go with the 8-inch block going here and then over there.
And your center.
And why do we need to do that?
Because the 12-incher, because of the weight you're gonna have pushing up the dirt,
Okay.
it's just gonna be too much pressure on the 8-inch wall, and it will more than likely push the wall.
Okay.
But I would get the Durawire and still
Durawire.
use the Durawire on it. And when you order your blocks, just tell them.
Do I do that on the bottom run first before
No,
I put the...
you
and
do
then
it about every 2 foot.
Every 2 feet on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be plenty enough. It's so when you pour every sail, it's just 8 inch. Well, it's actually 6.5 inches wide,
So then
galvanized, and it's got little angles in it. And when you set that down there, make sure the angle is in one of the holes. So when you pour that, it locks that, and that whole wall will be locked together.
Okay.
Because of that little galvanized.
And I don't have to tie it to this
No,
rebar or anything
no, you
else
just
like
lay
that?
it down right on top of the block.
Okay.
And it's just that simple. Any wall that's going to have pressure pushed up against them,
You want it to be fully solid.
you want it fully solid. You have to. I don't know how much more you're going to feel in here, but where the dirt line goes to, if that's going to be the dirt line, you need to pour them blocks completely solid up to the dirt line.
Okay.
What do you think for vibrating it?
They make an electric vibrator. It's pretty long. They
No, you
can
can
stuff
shove stuff
down
in
in
there,
it, and
okay.
it just vibrates a little, and it makes sure it takes all them air pockets out.
Brings it up.
Yeah, which if you use like fiber instead of gravel,
Okay.
it's less likely
To
cause
create
an air
the
pocket. Because it may hit a piece of block and that rock may kick just a certain way, and it'll cause an air pocket right there,
Yeah.
and that causes a weak spot. You just mark your 8 inches up it, put your string on it. I'll show you.
Okay.
You may have line blocks. Matter of fact, I'll give you a couple line blocks. I got a bunch in the truck, and
Oh,
you just
man.
hook the string on your leads. Once you get your leads plumb,
And that's it.
yeah, you're
Okay.
good to go.
Sweet.
And the best way to plumb this, since you don't have no strings up, I would set a block, set a block, set a block. Just set a temporary, don't mortar it, just set it there. Pull your strings line it and square it, and then put
Make sure it's...
this one you'll have to lay on the inside because you ain't got enough room to stack your blocks. So actually you'll start on this side. Figure out where your center wall is going to be and put you a piece of Durawire to tie this wall in with your outside wall.
Okay. I see.
Just
right out there.
Just leave it hanging out, a foot,
Yeah.
just so you can tie that wall.
And think about for this, should I do 245s on it to butt it like that, or should it be 145?
Yeah, because the kicker is going to be interesting.
145 sticking up against that green
I would do the 145 sticking up with this,
on that side.
probably on this side. And you do know on this back wall that you have to put a sealer on it,
Yeah.
and don't go cheap on the sealer.
No, I'm not going to. I'm gonna,
And like a vinyl
the
too,
cheap,
right?
Or the more expensive waterproofing latex,
Yeah.
right? With the paint or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the 3 mil or
And if you
the
can,
thickest mil that we can find to
yeah.
put up against it.
And when you're putting it on, if you can see the block coloration, you don't have enough on it.
Okay.
Make sure when you put it on there, you don't see the block, you don't see the seam.
It looks like plastered.
Yeah.
Almost. Okay.
Because if you don't, it'll leak.
Yeah, we don't want no leaks.
No.
So that's one thing you really need to do right.
I'm gonna have rock all the way up to the dirt level
Yeah,
itself, and I'll have it all
you'll
French
have-
drained with the fabric and everything else.
Yes,
and-
you must put a French drain on this because the water pushes.
Yep.
Which, I mean, this is better soil. It's not gonna hold as the water like a lot that I see, because all the rock in it's gonna suck up a lot of the water in it. So, but you definitely need a French drain.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What type mortar mix? Should it be S or M?
Yes.
S?
S is Portland. It's got a small, the N type is just a masonry type with no Portland. The S is got a little bit of Portland in it, so it's a lot better compound. Holds better. On 90-pound bag, if you want a full 5 gallons of water on it, and then on 70-pound bags, usually around 4 gallons of water on it. But like I said, when you guys get to that point, just let me know, and I'll try to make a time where I can come out. And when you pour your walls, you want it wet.
Yeah.
I mean, you want it wet.
Yes.
So it just seeps down in. And like I said, with the fiber, instead of it makes it a lot easier because
it's not as much of a headache.
There's nothing there for it to hang because it's fiber.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier, but like I said, if you get the vibrating machine, it will freaking work you though. I've helped a buddy of mine do a stem wall, and I couldn't do it. It was just too much on me.
Just rattling you around everywhere.
Like, oh my God. Having your mud right is the only way to go. It just makes life so much easier on you because you don't have to pick a block back up. It's too wet, it sucks down. If it's too dry, then you got to peck it down. You got to be careful pecking it down.
Well, maybe when we do the first ring, I would love for you to be here when we do the first ring. I don't know if that's going to be possible because you're busy. I don't expect you to stay for the whole thing, but just to show us how to do the mud right, since that's such a particular thing. I mean,
it is for me.
No, I hear you.
I mean, every bricklayer is different.
Right.
How they want their mud is some want it just loose, some want it stiff.
Well, since we're learning from you, I want it, whatever you do is what we're going to want to try to emulate. So
I want it whenever I have it on my trowel, I can just go like that and it just spreads out perfectly. It leaves a pretty well even amount. It's not a glob here, glob there. It just goes on smooth. And if I feel like it's a little wet in the web on it, I'll put some mud right there in the middle web, and that'll help hold it a little better, so you can tap it down a little better.
Okay.
Well, can we tentatively have you come on? I know I'm such a pain in the ass, I know. Can we tentatively soft schedule you, and if it changes, then I'll
just let me know.
I'll let you know.
I got a feeling this is going to take you guys a lot longer than you.
Oh, I'm sure. How long would this job take you?
For me, I would probably do it in 4 days.
4 days?
Yeah.
How long do you think it's going to take us? Guessing. No experience. Just you met us, we're two.
I'm thinking 3 weeks.
3 weeks to do the whole basement?
Yeah.
Shoot dang, that ain't bad. We'll do it in 3. That's not that bad. Really.
I figure 3 weeks is what it'll. I mean, I don't know how your guys' work ethic are.
We have a very good work ethic.
I mean, so.
We dug all that by hand.
Yes, we got a good work ethic.
Yeah, I don't.
We might do things the hard way, but we work like hell, that's for sure.
For the front doorways or whatever, because I'm only going that high, should I have a brick going all the way across over it, or should I just be a header out of wood? Right? That's what I was planning on.
On the doors, I'd just do a header.
Okay.
I mean, there just really ain't no sense in it.
Okay.
So yeah, header will be fine.
Well, we've got a lot better idea now about the brickwork. I'm really, really happy. Really, really happy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. I
Yeah,
swear.
thank you, Nick.
No problem.
So I guess we're gonna get started on all this week. It's gonna be really busy. But maybe, just maybe, we'll get Nick to come back and help us with that first string if he's not too busy.
And on your mortar, being it's coming on winter, I wouldn't buy all of it at one time.
Okay.
I just run down the Wiggins, S&W, and pick you up.
What you need at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we can do, what we can get
You
done
can
for that
cover
day.
that mortar up, and it just draws moisture in it. And once that gets a little moisture in it, it gets lumpy, and you can't get the lump.
It's a
Okay.
waste.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very, very good advice. We'll be taking it. All of this advice you've been giving us, we're gonna do our best to put it into practice.
All right, Nikki's gonna show me some of the tools of the trade. So I have an idea what I need to get.
2 of these for your string line, which I'm sure you probably got string somewhere.
Heck yes. That's perfect.
And that right there is a joiner.
Okay.
One end's gonna be a little smaller, and one end's gonna be a little bigger. And you just, where the joint is, you just run it down. I usually do my head joints, that's the horizontal. Do that,
And then
do your bed joint.
okay.
And that little cup will push that cement back in there where it's smooth.
It'll make it nice and
Just make a real good finish for it.
okay.
And then if you need a tuck point,
Okay.
sometimes you gotta get and tuck some mud back
Tuck
in.
it back
the
in.
hole,
Okay.
which those are real. Jaeger's has them.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have a trowel or not. But
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting a crap ton of trowels.
want a great trowel. These are the very best, Marshalltown.
Okay, Marshalltown.
They got the rubber handle on them, and they're just so much more comfortable.
Good to know.
And like I said, you guys need anything else, just got my number.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. It's so much more comforting. I was like, oh, got you to answer all my questions. I was like, I'm really questioning on this. I don't know.
Alrighty, you guys. Well, I want to say again a huge shout out and thank you to Mr. Nick. Go ahead and shout out your company again.
Mud Man Masonry.
I'm going to put the information down in the description below. We're going to take all of his wonderful advice. Again, thank you so much for coming out and being a consultant for us. We're going to have him come out a few more times as we're doing the courses. So that makes both of us feel a little
lot better.
Yeah, a little bit more easy. I think we can kind of get a grip on it now. So yeah, we're gonna call this a video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And until the next one, guys, we love y'all and we hope you have a good one.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.